All right, we are now here talking to the head coach of the Lorena Leopards, Coach Ray Biles. How are you doing, Coach?
Doing well, thank you.
All right, we look back, first of all, as always, the game against China Spring, the first game. They always say the first game, the second game. You hope to see a lot of improvement. Let's talk about, though, what some of the things you saw in the first game that need improving.
Well, an awful lot of things that need improving, but I will say this: I think we have improved from the scrimmages to the first ball game, and hopefully we can continue to make those steps moving forward. We've got a lot of work to do in the offensive line, but we knew that coming into the season with a young line and inexperienced group. Obviously we've got quarterbacks that have never had to take too many snaps on Friday nights at all, so they're in a learning curve as well. And it just didn't gel the other night. We didn't do a very good job blocking, or a lot of other things with the offensive front of it. So we've got to do a better job there all the way around. And kids are really working hard this week and feel much more confident about what they're trying to do.
Well, and I will say this. Of course, Cameron Cole, you talking about Haygood, even Dudick, they really did a great job on the offensive side of the ball. But it seemed like your secondary started coming around there in the second half a little bit and understanding where they needed to be with the great interceptions a couple of times by your young kid, Bryce, there. So it looked like things were starting to kind of come around for you.
Yeah, defensively, I thought in the second half, much more improved effort. We had, their first touchdown came off of a blown coverage, and we turned one loose. But the rest of the night, they pretty well earned all those other ones. They beat us a couple of times, and Haygood is a good receiver. We knew that going into the game. We had to do a good job with him, and he beat us a couple of times on good routes and good throws. But in the second half, you're exactly right. I thought our defense did stand up and start playing consistently, and we gave up some yardage. We didn't give up the big play, except for there in the fourth quarter we gave up that last score. But so yes, we did have some things to work on. Obviously, we practiced all week on those things to try to get better and improve techniques and improve what we're trying to do to give ourselves a chance. And we'll see if we can close that gap a little bit this Friday night.
Notice a couple times, and I know you always want to get Spivey involved in the offense, but does it seem like maybe the little soft cast that he's wearing kind of bothered him on a couple of those throws?
Well, obviously, Jacob's our GoDaddy, and when you go in a hard cast like he is, it's wrapped up on his left hand. It's tough. I mean, he's one-handed right now, and so it makes it difficult to throw the ball very far down the field unless you can get it on his upfield shoulder where he can reach out and pull it in with one hand. Now, I mean, he's a fighter and he's a battler, so he's out there doing the best he can. But, we're going to try to mix it up a little bit with Jacob, bring him back in the backfield some, and use him out of the slot and a couple other places to try and get him football. But, the best thing for us will be when that other hand is free.
Now, let me ask you this. You use Cole Baker. You already said he's a younger guy. He's learning the ropes. But I noticed that he did a pretty decent job at times. Didn't seem like he was too upset. Some of the throws maybe were a little bit off. But other than that, he did a pretty good job for you in the first game.
Yeah, I mean, Cole's a good guy. He's going to do a good job. He's going to work hard, and he's working every day trying to get the right reads and get the ball to the right people. We've got Kobe Reed, who's another young man who plays some wide receiver, and he also played some quarterback the other night. We'll use both quarterbacks this Friday night as well. Till we can kind of get into a groove. If somebody gets a hot hand, then we're on with that. But we're going to look at several combinations this week in the backfield with running backs, and going to move Zach Grimm, one of our safeties, is going to come over and play some running back for us, as well as Thor Hoffman, sophomore, who I thought did a good job last week of running tough up inside. So we've done some things with the offensive line, flip some folks around a little bit to try to get the best five we can every time we snap the ball up there. So, we're changing the recipe, and we're going to see if we can't get a chemistry that works for us Friday night against Robinson.
Well, and that is the key. You get these first few games to get ready for district, try a few different things, put people in different positions, see how they work for you. But coming up, the Robinson Rockets, another familiar foe, another great foe, and Coach Tommy Allison does a great job with it. What a great coach, what a great guy to talk to. And this week, looking towards the Robinson Rockets, a similar offense. They're going to put it up like seems like so many people do. Are you kind of going into the same mindset with that secondary's really got to pay attention, and then the up front's got to do what they can to stop the run?
Oh yeah, well I mean they're very balanced. They in their first ball game against Taylor, they scored 41 points. It was a losing effort, but I mean they had a great offensive night. Did a lot of stuff. Very, like I said, they were very balanced. Chase Allison, the quarterback, I thought he did a great job as the game progressed of getting into the flow and making more and more throws. At one stretch, I mean, he was just on all night long in that second half, and did a great job of bringing them back into that ball game. And then we've got a sophomore running back who's dangerous, Jordan Thompson, tough runner and a good runner. And then, as usual, Robinson's going to have 3 or 4 guys up in the offensive line that are huge, and they'll roll off the ball and cover you up. And, it's tough to get off a block sometimes when those big wrestlers grab a hold of you. But anyway, our kids, they're up for the challenge. I thought we improved defensively as the game progressed last week. I think our kids are ready for another challenge, and we're ready to get going.
Absolutely. I saw that from the booth meetings. You were talking about that, how the defense really looked a lot different there in the second half. A few mistakes, but they looked really good. And I look forward to seeing how they progress here in this next week's game against the Robinson Rockets. And I know you guys love playing Robinson. The kids do anyway. I know you don't put a lot of stock into it, but the kids, it's a big game for the kids, isn't it?
Oh, you bet. I mean, the communities, it's a great rivalry. I mean, anytime you get folks that, you enjoy playing, they enjoy playing you, and it means a little bit, and it's always fun. So, I know the crowd and the fans and all the student body and everybody's going to be excited on both sides. I mean, it's a tremendous ball game, and like you said earlier, the last few years, it's been a very tight and well-contested ball game. So, we're hoping for another good one.
Should be a good one, Coach, and I won't keep you anymore tonight because I had to keep it a little bit short because I have a guest color analysis this week as my normal man, Michael Cartwright, is out. I'm bringing in Coach Pat Kerrigan, and you know how he likes to talk, so I need to save as much time as I can during the pregame.
Sounds good, Raymond. Thanks a lot.
All right, Coach, we thank you, and good luck here against the Rockets.